6 at the Big 550 KTRS. And time to bring in our friend Gail Pennington, TV critic from the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. Good morning, Gail.
Good morning, Paul. Good morning, Kelly.
Good morning, Gail.
So here we are the morning after the Super Bowl, and what's the one image of last night that sticks with you?
You know what it honestly is? It's the lip sync battle that Jimmy Fallon did in his after show, which was so hilarious.
I agree, Gail. That was I just tweeted it out a little while ago. It was so funny.
The We Are the Champions bit with the a cappella singers and all the boxes was my very favorite.
That was great, yeah.
I saw all night.
We played a little bit of that earlier today, and it's gone viral already, and it's gotten a couple million hits. Jimmy Fallon, very, very good at doing that sort of stuff and understanding how to capitalize on the big stage.
Mm-hmm.
He really is getting just better and better, isn't he?
Yep. But what about the game itself?
Game itself, I did not really watch much of the game itself. I could not have possibly cared less about which of those teams won. I'd already seen all the commercials. I went on Hulu and watched all the commercials.
What was your favorite?
Which were the commercials were so depressing.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't get to grow up because I died. Oh, yeah, really, not at the Super Bowl, folks. I liked, of course, the Budweiser Lost Puppy like everybody did.
Yep. Mm-hmm. But there were a lot of things there that seemed like they were aiming for the heartstrings. If they weren't sad, they were certainly trying to say, look, dads can be good dads to little girls.
I wonder how so many different advertisers came up with that same dreary
Isn't that
thing.
interesting? Like at the same time, did they not know? And it was very emotional commercials.
I am glad that they have moved away from the real crude stuff.
Mm-hmm. But that's kind of like...
There were some years that it was almost unbearable to watch it.
Absolutely right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other
But I
impressions?
did watch every minute of the Puppy Bowl.
Who won? I'm going to guess the dogs.
The dogs
That
did win.
cute
There
puppy.
were some dogs that really dominated. My friend Enzo that I interviewed, that I wrote about on Sunday.
Oh yeah, I saw your interview.
He didn't get very much airtime.
Oh.
He didn't want to play with the other dogs. He wanted to play with the people who were around the edge.
Does he not know there's no I in team? I mean, come on.
No,
Enzo.
you know what? He got spoiled because Gail turned him into a star.
Yeah,
He had
really.
that big...
He's
He's a
spoiled
diva
now.
dog.
I mean, his head he probably won't even fit through the doggy door anymore.
And remember, you can't spell dog without EGO. No, wait a second. That's not right.
All right. Should be, though.
All right, so now that the Super Bowl is over, is TV over? No. I know the Blacklist was back with its big post-Super Bowl show last night that my wife DVR'd and will watch probably tonight.
I hope she added time at the end.
We always add an extra hour after any
Because
live...
people are still mad about the episode of Scorpion that was run after the playoff game, because if they said it according to the schedule, they cut off the end.
Well, you see, at my house, we're used to this, and it goes back to us being
Everyone should be.
It goes back to us being big fans of The Amazing Race, which used to air on Sunday nights on CBS, and whenever they had a football overrun, that pushed to 60 Minutes later, and that pushed The Amazing Race later, and we would, if we hadn't added an extra hour on the DVR, we would have missed half of the show.
But, there were times when you added an extra hour, and even that wasn't long enough.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. So besides the Blacklist being back, what else is coming on?
This is February sweeps, and so there are going to be a lot of new episodes of everything for the next 4 weeks. There's a new comedy debuting Wednesday on ABC called Fresh Off the Boat, and it's already been controversial. Eddie Wong, who's a chef and an author, wrote a memoir about his family. His parents were immigrants from Taiwan, and they moved the family to Florida when he was about 10 years old to open a steakhouse. He wrote a memoir about that. It's was turned into a sitcom for ABC, and before anyone had even seen it, he wrote an article in New York Magazine about how it was outrageous. They'd done a terrible job. They couldn't even get an Asian showrunner to adapt it, and it shouldn't detract from the show, which is kind of funny.
Yeah?
It's really not bad.
I've only seen previews, quick little clips, but...
The clips make it seem real slapstick.
It's interesting because, now they have this show, Fresh Off the Boat. ABC also has Blackish. And don't they also have the other show with Latina Cristela?
Uh-huh.
This is kind of like a running theme for ABC now.
ABC is trying really, really hard to be more diverse in its programming, and it's paying off in a lot of ways. And Fox with Empire, the highest-rated show like in TV history, they found out that you can have a show that has diversity in it, or even in this case, an all African American cast in the Empire, and do huge ratings.
Oh, wait a minute. Empire is the highest rated show in TV history?
No,
Fox?
it isn't. But let me tell you what Empire has done. It started off really great, beating American Idol in its first week. The second week it grew. That never happens. The third week it grew more, and the fourth week it grew even more.
Interesting. Although I will say beating American Idol is not quite the
what it used to be,
yeah,
right?
not like 10 years ago. Oh, you beat American Idol, the number one show on TV. That's a big deal. Now, you can beat American Idol if you just turn on your DVR.
You know, it was funny. Channel 5's Art Holiday, he told me, because he watches Empire, and he calls it the hip-hop version of Dynasty, which...
Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
I thought that was genius, yes.
I expect him to have a Moldavian wedding massacre eventually.
I keep
Remember that on
saying-
Dynasty?
I keep seeing these
Right.
promos, and I saw a lot of them during the Super Bowl last night for this new NBC show called Allegiance. I don't know anything about the show, but just from seeing the
I
commercial,
know what you're going to say.
it looks like they ripped off FX's The Americans.
Yes, yes, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It had and a touch of Homeland in there too. Yes, it's very much like The Americans, only different. It's set in the present, and it's about Russian spies who've been embedded here for really a long time. Hope Davis and Scott Cohen, both great actors. They've also brought their daughter. They have 2 adult children. They've also brought their daughter in, so 3 of them are spies. And now they learn that their bosses, who are the spy bosses in Russia now, their bosses want them to bring in their son, who's a brilliant CIA analyst. They want him in to spy for Russia too, but he's a little maybe autistic. He's got one of those minds that, see things other people don't.
The brilliant
So that's
bad
the
boy?
plot. What?
He's the brilliant bad boy?
He's a brilliant good boy. He's just a little mentally off.
Okay.
You know what? That's a trend in TV.
Have you seen this yet?
I have seen it.
And
It's pretty good. I don't know if I want to watch it.
It's pretty good, but I'm not gonna watch it.
Wait a second. You're the TV critic, and you
I
say
know, but
it's
can-
good, but
could
I
I
don't know if I'd
possibly
watch it.
watch
What are we supposed to do? I would smell it. I would touch it, but I'm not going to watch it.
Okay, I've watched it. I've watched 2 episodes of it. I'm not sure I'm going to watch any more.
So it doesn't sound like you recommend other people watch it.
No, I do, because people are going to like it more than me.
Okay.
I have a question for all
Yeah.
the Breaking Bad fans. This Better Call Saul.
Yeah. Wait. Before you say anything, no spoilers. I have managed to not read anything about this show or see any clips from this show or have anything
Then
ruin
what's
this
she
show
gonna
for me
say
because I
then?
want to go into it without having it spoiled for me. So
Why don't you want to know?
because I you know what? With the Super Bowl ads last night, I did not watch any of them online ahead of time. I wanted to see them as they were presented in the context of watching the game. And for this, I want to just watch the show in the context of it's a prequel to Breaking Bad, and it's got the Saul Goodman character, and that's all I want to know. I want Vince Gilligan and his creative staff to impress me without me having preconceived notions.
Well, that's pretty much, Gail, what are you going to do?
Can I tell you one thing?
Yes.
That they had a preview of it in Los Angeles last week,
Yeah.
and that Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul, the stars of Breaking Bad,
Yep.
went to it, and they reportedly were crazy about it. They thought it was fantastic.
Now, I know that they are not in this show, correct?
They're not in the show, but there's a possibility that Bryan Cranston could show up at some point
Yeah, I understand.
as Walter White.
I understand that it's getting good buzz. You've seen an episode of it,
I have seen an episode of it.
and is
Well,
it?
I'm not going to tell you.
Well, no, don't.
You
no.
asked
He
me
doesn't
not
want any
No,
preconceived notions.
I just want to know whether I should smell it
Kelly,
or watch
didn't
it.
he ask me
Yes.
not to?
He
No,
did. He
I-
said no spoilers.
I'm just
And
asking.
what could I say that would keep you from watching?
Nothing's going to keep me from watching it. I just
Right,
want to know
exactly.
whether I want to know whether you liked it. That's all.
I liked it.
Okay.
and I was
But did
worried
you love it enough to
because
see it again?
I not necessarily think this is a good idea.
See, I didn't think so either. I didn't know if they could have a series, enough just on this guy's character, just on Saul.
There are a lot of things about him we don't know. Right.
Yeah, but I wonder if they can do an entire show about that Fraser Crane from Cheers.
Okay. Got it.
I'm just
And
saying.
should they revive Twin Peaks?
No.
No, I don't think so either.
No, they should not. Hey, when does John Oliver come back?
He comes back next Sunday night. Next Sunday night's a big night. The Walking Dead comes back, too. I know you're not a zombie fan.
No, I'm not.
And I
But
know
I'm excited about that.
I ask you this every Monday. When is Mad Men coming back again?
April.
Oh, okay.
And it's only 7 or 8 episodes, right?
I think there are 8 left.
Okay.
And you've seen them all, right?
Oh, no, they probably won't show them to me at all.
Oh, I thought, okay.
No, I saw the first half of the season just like you did.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, anything else this week? Does Hollywood have any award shows or anything?
The Grammys.
The Grammys.
The Grammys are my favorite award show. Let me tell you why.
Okay.
Because I don't have to think about them. They have nothing to do with me.
I like that a lot. All
You
right.
okay over there?
Before I lose my voice completely, I'll thank
There
you for
you go.
coming on. I hope you have a good week, Gail.
You do. Bye,
Take
guys.
care,
Gail Pennington, the smell it but don't watch it TV critic from your St. Louis Post-Dispatch here on the Big 5.